Just wanted to do a video on the TYCO, and actually decided maybe do some other videos on some other basic cars, but box stock. First thing, you get a TYCO car. If you if you got one, open up the package, take it out, and you got a car. Comes with a nice little heat shield. Actually comes with stock tires. These are aftermarket silicones, which I put on this car. I'm not really sure they're the right size yet. But basically, so you get a car, what you want to do is just really open it up. And with the TYCO, you just simply grab it and it just flips right open. And this one has a little resistor or whatever, I think, to help stop with interference, like if it came from Europe or something. So what you want to do is check for binding. So the first thing you want to do is just make sure everything spins freely. You can see that kind of spins freely. Front tires are spinning freely. Alright, so you're good to go there. So there's no binding. You want to make sure, if you can see the gaps there, I'll try and get a little bit closer. You can see that the actual hubs of the tires are not touching the actual chassis itself, because that would cause it to bind. Sometimes you might find something like that. You don't want that, so you have to basically use a screwdriver or something to pry it away. The axle comes out like that. That's how it pops out and pops back in. Stock TYCO, the gear goes on the driver's side. So the gear is on the driver's side, which means the motor is turning from right to left. That's basically stock TYCO rotation. Okay, front tires, I'm going to move this out the way here, also pop out, as you can see. So it popped out, they're big and fat. So all that looks good. You want to look on the bottom and check it. You don't need this heat shield. You can actually reach in there and maybe use a screwdriver, but you can see it just popped out. That helps actually keep the motor cooler if you have airflow. Make sure you got springs in there. The little springs are pushing the shoes to keep the shoes to have tension on the track. So you want that tension. See how the shoes move? There you go. You're good to go. Now, just as a note, this car actually has been run already, and if you look at the shoes, you can see that the tip of the very front of the shoes is what's rubbing the track. So in a later video we'll go over some of the tweaks, but what you want is the rub mark to go from the front of the shoe all the way to the back of the shoe. That way you have full contact. And that's pretty much it on basically having a TYCO and getting it. The only other thing you're going to have to need to know is to put a little oil in the car. So when you oil these cars, you just want to put a small drop right here at the very front, where it goes into the bulkhead. This is the bulkhead, front bulkhead, rear back bulkhead. Where the motor comes out is called the bushing, kind of, and also back there. Back there, you can oil two ways. You can drop oil there and spin your tires, and then drop oil here and spin your tires, and it causes the motor to move. I actually do it a little different. I like to put my drop of oil here, and then carefully I put my oil to the back of the motor, to the shaft, and I put my oil down there, so as I'm holding the car in one direction, the oil goes into the bushing. And that's the way I do it. And that's basically taking your TYCO out, checking it out. Should be able to pop the body back on, and make sure it's in there nice and all lined up. Put it on the track and you should be able to start driving.